And we live all up in this B arch.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah. Doing good, bro. Doing good. Let's see. So our topic for today. Okay, why am I even mentioning this? You can see it in the freaking video title. It's like, why am I even mentioning this?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, the topic today is Mass Effect. Oh wait.
No,
Yeah.
yeah. We could totally talk about that. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, we can.
I
Because
mean,
you
if
haven't
you
played the
guys,
games, right?
yeah, if you guys want us to, I could talk about it.
Yeah,
I
except
love Mass Effect.
except you only played like one game.
Boy, I played three, up to three.
That don't
I
count.
didn't play. I didn't touch Andromeda though.
Oh,
But
you
but
played
anyway,
until. Oh, you played up. Oh, you played all of them. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I did. Well, up until Andromeda. But yes. But anyway, today is fucking Kingdom Hearts 3.
And we're gonna and let's just say that this is a game that we've waited like a decade or so, 12 years,
Yeah.
13 years. Is that what
It,
it was?
something like that since Kingdom Hearts 2 and what was 2 like 04, 05, something like that. It is a really long time. And
Go ahead.
I was to say like and everyone's saying like, oh, but there was games in between that. And it's like, yeah, and those games were good, but it's like we needed a proper installment. And when I say proper, I mean like it's not just the story I'm talking about, it's also like the mechanics as well. Because
Right.
the main gameplay story or the main games have gameplay like unique to them. So whenever people are like, oh well, we got birth by sleep and dream drop distance, and so it's like, all right, yeah, but no. So this is finally the conclusion to they call it the Seekers of Darkness arc or the Xehanort arc, however you want to call
Mm-hmm.
it.
Yeah. It's like what cracks me up though is the fact that 80% of people who played Kingdom Hearts 3 only played the first one and the second one. And
Yeah,
let me tell you something. I can't, honest to God, blame that 80% because Jesus Christ, like there was a game for the Game Boy Advance, which I'm sure a lot of people had at the time, and then you had one for the PSP, which probably the 30 or 40 percentile probably
yeah,
had, and
yeah.
then
Like you had to be
yeah,
rich. You had to be rich or beg your parents to buy you all these consoles just to be caught up on Kingdom Hearts. Like when
yeah,
it was first coming out, like it's insane. It really
mm-hmm,
is. Like you know, like you have you know Game Boy Advance, and like okay, most kids probably had that, but like a PSP, a lot of kids didn't.
oh no, yeah, I got like my PSP back in like high school, and that's because
Yeah.
I bought it off a friend of mine for $20.
Yeah, exactly. And then like and then you got DS, and it's like all right, and then you got 3DS. It's like it's a lot. So that's why I was happy. I was happy when PS3 was finally like, all right, guys, we're bringing them finally all in one console.
Jesus
So
Christ, like
honestly,
why?
like a lot of people made fun of it for them, but it's like they really needed to do that, I
Yes,
think.
exactly, yeah.
And I think overall, I like the way that they turned out.
I agree,
Um,
yeah.
but
HD
um,
remade and everything. It's
yeah, and granted, there's some games they couldn't do. They could only do the cutscenes because literally to make the game like for say 358 over 2 days, it would be way too much work to remake the whole game that it wouldn't make money because they couldn't sell it on its own. Like I'm sure people would have bought it, but I don't think it would have been a commercial success. So they just made it the cutscenes, which is like, all right, that's fine. But I still recommend you play 358 over 2 because there's still a lot you miss.
I
Definitely.
mm-hmm. No, dude, I honest to God did not know that was actually a game. I thought it was just a movie.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
well, when you were,
Hmm.
well, here's the thing, well, guys, let me tell you something here. My crazy has friend here. Uh, Let me tell you this. I didn't play Kingdom Hearts in the beginning because I didn't grow up with a PS2. I had a GameCube, and to be honest, to all you GameCube haters out there, it's like I was satisfied with it. I was 100% thankful for my mother buying it for me, especially since I played games like Smash Brothers, Luigi's Mansion, Super Mario Sunshine, all those games and stuff like that. And it's like you and like I never experienced Kingdom Hearts, and then like you got my crazy ass friend here who we met later on down the road, and I told him that he was going off about playing Kingdom Hearts, and then he brought it over to my attention. I told him I haven't played a single Kingdom Hearts. I mean, like the dude just like and like this dude just literally just jumped out of his table, be like, "What? You didn't play one game?" And it's like dude, he literally like reached into his back and like shoved like the first game in my face, be like, "Bro, you were playing that. You were playing this right now, bro." It's
And
it's like I'm not even gonna take no for an answer. You playing this shit right now.
it's like you especially, I knew I'd love it because I know how much you love RPGs and JRPGs specifically.
Oh
You know.
yeah, dude.
Oh.
Yeah, my very first RPG being Star Ocean, which no one, and I'm sure no one has ever played that. It's such an underrated game. Like
Yes,
Star
which,
Ocean,
by the way-
like Star Ocean 3 till the end of time. That was my first one.
Yeah. Oh, fucking great. Anyway, as a small segue, they did just announce that Star Ocean First Departure is coming to PS4, and I am very excited.
Oh my, are you serious? Oh my god! I literally just finished playing that game on PSP. Of
Yeah,
course.
which was the only way. That was the only way you could play that in America.
Of course they release it.
Yep.
Oh my god!
Yep.
And I'm just now playing the second one on PSP too.
Yes. But small segue back to Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah,
I
dude.
just thought I'd throw that out there.
But now, yeah. After playing, cause like I'm not gonna lie though, going back to us, playing the game and my friend here insisting on me playing the game. It's like I was like, I don't know. I'm not feel. I don't think so. I'm like, dude, Shub, you're gonna play this right now. I will even let you play like the first 10 minutes of this game, bro, right now. Because we were at his house, because we were chilling at his house at the time, and it's like he just kept insisting, persisting. And it's like it took him to hound me for 2 weeks. Keep that in mind, 2 weeks of hounding my ass to play this game. That's how committed this guy was. And I'm like, you know what? Fine, I'll play the game. And then like I'm all like I'm probably gonna get bored of this game within an hour. And then I played the game and I'm all like, okay, some nostalgic boner coming up all up in there. Okay, it's like when you actually start seeing like all these Final Fantasy characters and you've seen like all these Disney characters and stuff like, because like I'm a big Final Fantasy fan. Like, cause like when I always go to a friend of mine's place and play some Final Fantasy, like Final Fantasy 12 being my first one.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then I played a little bit of 8 and I played 7 obviously. And then like when I saw Yuffie there, it's like, okay, this is actually getting interesting.
Yeah. It was. I love Kingdom Hearts because it's basically like Tetsuya Nomura, who is the creator of, well, I should say the director for 7, 8.
Right.
And then he did like, some of the character designs. It's basically him being like, yeah, I made this here. I'm going to put this in your game. It's like self-plugging basically. But
yeah,
it
no,
really
I feel you.
It really helped add to Kingdom Hearts. And like for people that weren't in the Final Fantasy, it got a lot of people into Final Fantasy, honestly.
Dude,
And-
yeah.
And it's like, that's why I was sad that in Kingdom Hearts 3, he basically said, like, I don't think we need Final Fantasy characters anymore, because basically he saw it as that was a way to make Kingdom Hearts popular in the first place.
Oh, no.
That's where I disagree.
That's where they effed up because here's the thing, they actually incorporated the Final Fantasy characters as kind of sort of part of the story.
Yes. Oh yeah, like especially in Kingdom Hearts 1, like with Squall, I mean Leon,
obviously,
Yuffie and Aerith, they were actually like a part of the original crew, and then obviously Sephiroth and Cloud, like they had a side thing going on,
right?
And then to just disregard them completely, especially like in
Exactly.
Kingdom Hearts 3 was all about like, oh, bringing everybody together. They're like, yeah, everybody except, the crew that originally helped you like realize your power and helped you go through the worlds. Not even Sid. Like, are you like
Yeah,
as a Final Fantasy fan, that is blasphemy. That is blasphemy.
because
Like,
didn't he help? Didn't he help you with making tech and also helping you
yeah,
with your
for the gummy
spaceship?
ship. Yeah, for your gummy ship. Exactly.
What the? Yeah, and that yeah, and
Oh,
like
cool.
somehow we got into for the people who sells the parts to you, we got Donald Ducks. No, wait, no, not Donald Ducks. Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, the nephews.
Yeah, the nephews.
Yeah, we got them selling parts. They don't know
But
jack shit about those things.
it's like,
Like what?
but it's like, if anything, I think like um, Yuffie, Squall. I'm gonna call him Squall because fuck that.
That's no,
Squall,
yeah, that's fair.
Yuffie, Aerith, and stuff. Like they were all literally had way more than like a lot of characters in 3 had to do with the story. But yeah, they
Agreed.
don't get mentioned like at all. Like, are you kidding me? Like,
Mm-hmm. But no, yeah,
and it's
going.
like,
Yeah, I'm just saying,
oh,
like going
sorry.
back to. I'm just saying, like going back to what I was saying. It's like when I was playing through these games, it's like what made me continue while I'm playing these games is playing just it's just playing through all these games, like seeing all my childhood characters in Disney, and then incorporating that with Final Fantasy, and then like okay, that made me interested, and then there's you, where it's like wow, I'm actually interested in this. I'll probably play the second Kingdom Hearts, and like, and guys, I'm not lying. And like this dude was like, no, stop, bitch. It's like no, like nah, dude. Like you have to play this game next. I mean, wait, wait, why? It's like, well, because it's in order and stuff. Like, cause like I remember you telling me like, after I got done with one, it's like you need to play Chain of Memories, and it's like,
Yeah.
well, wait a minute, why do I have to play Chain of Memories? And it's like Kingdom Hearts 1, and then like Kingdom Hearts 2, and then you're like, hey, nah, bitch, you have to, you're like, nah, it's Chain of Memories, then
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 2, and then so on and so forth. It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, like, okay, I'll just play these games then. And then like you gave me, and then like you wrote me a list of like in order the games I'm supposed to play, and I pretty much just played every single game in order.
Yep.
Oh yeah. By the way, guys, I got to tell you something hilarious. Like my very first Kingdom Hearts game that I actually played, because I messed up. I mean like I but I like my very first Kingdom Hearts game that I actually ever played was like the one for the DS. It was like what, debug or
Oh, you're talking about
recoded.
recoded. Yep.
Yeah, that was from what I've heard from a lot of people. I get teased about that, being like, "Bro, you started off badly." I'm all like,
Yeah.
and then when I played through all the games, it's like, okay, I see where y'all are coming from.
It's like, all right, the gameplay isn't bad. Like, I don't mind the gameplay. It's just the story literally is just jerk off, like whatever. It has nothing to do with it. It is literally Kingdom Hearts the filler. That's literally what it is. And they tried to like bring it into the main story, like, oh, these are the data for Germany's journal, blah blah blah. It's like, dude, no,
I
no.
I never understood that when I heard
I mean,
that.
it's like I thought that they were gonna bring not Chain of Hearts, recoded stuff into Kingdom Hearts 3. With all the mini micro bots and stuff
Right.
in the big world because they were the bug blocks. But no, they didn't. It was literally just an aesthetic choice. It had nothing to do with bug blocks. Had nothing to do with that. Just
Yeah, because I remember like you have to like go through each and every level, just destroying all these, red, these black with
yes.
like red circle blocks, and it was just
And it's like you basically already do that in Chain of Memories. Go back to the world. We don't want to go through that again. Like, okay,
I'm
but
not
at
gonna.
least Chain of
Mm-hmm.
Memories had a good story. Like, I will say, like, say what you will about the gameplay. I actually like the gameplay, but the story for that game is one of the most compelling out of all of them, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Like and like after like playing through all these games, and I remember you saying just to skip, recoded. Um,
Yeah, you could if you really wanted to play it, but I don't recommend it.
I didn't. I played on the DS, so I'm fine. Because like I had the because I remember you like lending me your copy of the updated version of all the games on
Yeah,
PS3. So
yeah.
so like that was definitely helpful. And I still appreciate you for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I played through all the games, it's like I was wondering like and guys, probably gonna ask you guys this question to like put down in the comments. But I'm curious on what your favorite Kingdom Hearts game was, like, before 3. Like, what's your favorite and what's your least favorite? Because, like, my favorite was Birth by Sleep. And
Oh hell hell yeah.
for some reason, that's most people's least favorite for some reason.
Yeah.
And
Which I don't know how that's possible, but people have their opinions.
yeah, my least favorite, and this is gonna be odd to some people, but my least favorite was Dream Drop Distance. I fucking hated that game.
I honestly don't blame you for the gameplay. The gameplay was pretty garbage.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The parkour stuff was pretty tight. I found that pretty sick. But at the same
Yeah.
time, though, when you constantly do that, it gets kind of dull. And then like they thought that they were being interesting when it came to them adding like these cute little animals to fight with you. I mean, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can even that there were Dream Eaters or something like that, and like you could,
Yeah.
and you can have like a T-Rex fight with you, which was pretty sick.
Yeah.
I did the
There's
commitment
a
to actually try getting that, which is very hard. But at the same time, though, it's not the same. It's not the same as having like Donald and Goofy fighting with you, or other characters like Mickey or
Yeah,
Final Fantasy
and
characters. It was
the
just not
problem
the same.
the main problem that I had with Dream Drop was the gameplay was literally just jump off of a wall and smash. Jump like you do your ground smash, and that was
Right.
the best DPS attack, and it
Mm-hmm.
got so bland. And then you're just all right. I'm going to use the Dream Eaters. All right, whatever. It was just so bland. Like
It just
like
reminds
I
me of
love
Other Realm. It just reminds me of Other
yeah,
Realm, like where like it's just like the same. You just use like the same type of move just to kill
yeah,
out
like
people. Yeah.
in like in Metroid Other M, that's a perfect example. Like, yeah, the execution is cool at first. You're like, oh, that was awesome, but then it's like, okay, every time it's the same. You're like, okay,
Yes.
and when that's the most efficient way to kill things, it gets very boring.
Mm-hmm.
But I loved, like you said, I loved the parkour stuff. It was a really great idea. I just wish they expanded upon it.
Mm-hmm.
But and
What's
they
your?
kind of did
Go
that
ahead.
in 3. They
Yeah, they
kind of
did.
did
Yeah.
it in 3, but still not to my liking personally. But
Yeah. What's your favorite and what's your least favorite before 3?
so with that, that's a bit more of a for me a complex question, only because I have a favorite Kingdom Hearts for story and a favorite Kingdom Hearts for gameplay,
That's fair. That's fair.
because there's definitely huge differences in that.
Okay,
Now,
let me expand on that then. Okay, so like my favorite in regards to story is definitely Birth by Sleep. My favorite in regards to gameplay, and I'm not gonna lie, this is what's gonna um like make people fall off. But I would have to. It's a mix between Chain of Memories and 2.
mhm,
I mean, Chain of Memories. It's like, yeah, it's like the card game shit. It's annoying. It's dumb. But at the same time, though, once you actually get a hold of like the mechanics of how
yeah,
to use those cards, it's like,
yeah,
one, you could cheat the game, and two, it's so much fun just cheesing people.
yeah.
But two, I liked it. I liked it more in regards to you using like double keyblades and like and stuff like that. Continue.
Mhm. I was just gonna say, like, people always shit on Chain of Memories, and what I will say is, yes, it is extremely boring because most of the game is grinding,
Right.
but it doesn't mean the gameplay is bad. I thought the card system was really cool
Mm-hmm.
because you actually strategized. Like, you actually had to be like, all right, how am I going to make these attacks? How am I going to counter them?
It's not a button
And it just
masher.
yeah, it's not a button masher, and it just felt really satisfying. Like, mostly the boss fights felt
Mm-hmm.
satisfying when you
Mm-hmm.
actually countered them successfully. Like, it was so satisfying, you know. and building up your deck and stuff. Like I really enjoyed it.
I agree. Yeah.
And it was really intense. So, like the boss battles, like especially like the Marluxia fight was like one of my favorite fights ever. Like it was
Yes.
holy crap, yes. But like most people just disregard it because it's so it's cards and they want to press X to spam but they can't. And I get that. And I get that it's weird, but I definitely think it translated better on the Game Boy Advance. Only
Exactly.
because when you're playing Kingdom Hearts in 3D, you just automatically assume it's like one, and you're like, like trying to, so I get it's weird. So that's why I prefer the Advance only because it feels like it works better.
The better
Also,
format, yeah. Because like
also
go ahead.
The sprite art in the Advanced is just beautiful.
I agree.
But yeah. But anyway, back to my favorites. My favorite, mechanically speaking, and I know I'm going to get a lot of shit for it. My favorite, mechanically speaking, is 1. And I will tell you.
You said
Kingdom
mechanically?
Mechanically, yes.
Oh, why is that?
Now, Kingdom Hearts 1 has one of the most tightest, most customizable combat systems of like most games that most action RPGs I've played. Like you are so in control of your character. Like literally you like block when you block something, like you actually feel like I don't know, like it's just so satisfying. And not only that, most games like they incentivize you to get better at the game by giving you like an item or something like that for like, oh, you got an A plus for this battle or something, so you get an item. This Kingdom Hearts 1, it rewards you directly with XP.
Yes, that's
so
true.
Like, when you perfectly parry, when you perfectly block, you get tech points, and that incentivizes you to get better. And when you do, it makes such a satisfying little ting, 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 and it's so satisfying. And when you can chain those together, and I like, because in Kingdom Hearts 2, the combat felt really floaty. Like you kind of felt like you were just kind of whizzing around, which is fine. It's fun, but it's flashy, and I like flashy, but it just doesn't have the same impact. Like when you hit something in Kingdom Hearts 1, it felt so good.
It did, actually, now that you mention it, yeah.
And also, all the abilities that you get, like you can't possibly have all of the abilities in Kingdom Hearts 1 at any given time, or at least not for a while. But in Kingdom Hearts 2, you can pretty much, when you unlock the ability, you can just get it right away, no questions asked. But in Kingdom Hearts 1, you're like, okay, do I really, really want this, Ars Arcanum, or should I use something else? Like you actually chose what attacks to choose and prioritize your gameplay style, so you could actually play in different ways, like pick your own style of play.
Exactly.
And I loved that. And that was something like that really didn't get capitalized in the other games. The other games just felt like, regardless of what you picked in the beginning, you got the same abilities, just in a weird different order. But 1, it really felt like your choices mattered and what you picked, and you really had to strategize around what you picked.
Yeah, now that you mention it, yeah, it's actually very, like, your decisions on how you do in regards to how you play the game and how you move around on the battlefield and stuff like that. Yeah. It's like it actually, as you just said, it mattered. It's like your it's like you actually felt like you needed input strategy. It's not like a crazy, hopeless button mashing type of thing. Like in 2, it was very flowy and stuff like that. But at the same time, though, it's like
you could spam triangle and win.
Yeah, because now that you mention it, that is a very good point. I'm not gonna lie.
And it's not that I don't like 2's combat. It's just it doesn't feel like as impactful. Like I will literally go back to Kingdom Hearts 1 just to beat stuff up and just to level up and rank up and play in different ways, because it's just that satisfying to me. And the bosses were actually like. Bosses weren't like, sure, they're beat 'em up bosses, but you actually were like, okay, you need this ability, but also you can't have this ability at the same time as this one, otherwise it'll mess up your combo. Like you have to each boss fight actually pick what you needed and what you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was so like it actually mattered, because in Kingdom Hearts 2, it didn't really matter. Like the Keyblade you got, you just use the newest Keyblade you get, every time and it's probably going to work out. But in one, you actually had to choose meticulously what Keyblade you wanted. And that brings me to my next point. Keyblade length and Keyblade strength were
Yeah.
big things that mattered in Kingdom Hearts 1. Kingdom Hearts 1 had, like, you could have a really powerful Keyblade, but it was so short that it was almost unusable. And that's something you really don't see in the later Kingdom Hearts, like, at all. Like, kind of, but not really.
It limits the
And
hit. It limits the hitbox. That's a good point.
but it felt so satisfying because it's like a trade-off. Like, yeah, you don't hit as far, but you change your strategy to get in closer, and like you actually feel like you're hitting hard, or it has a better chance to crit, or or if
Yeah.
it's longer, so like you can hit at a distance, but you're playing more safe. So maybe for a boss, for the first time you're fighting him, play a little safer. But a boss you can beat easily, just go full strength. You know what I mean? Like it. There's so much that like you actually are actively going and changing, as opposed to two where it's just, oh, I got this ability, oh, I got that ability,
Yeah.
like you actually feel so in control of how they play, and not only how it plays, but you get better at the game just by playing the game. Like you don't have to like grind or anything. Like the game rewards you for doing good, and you want to do good.
Yeah,
So
I agree. That is. That is. Mm-hmm.
that's why I could rant on and on. I'm gonna not, just because this is supposed to be about Kingdom Hearts 3, but I could rant on about how much I love that game for that reason.
It's one of those it's one of those things where like we can always go to commercial and we can always you know t- you know go back into
Oh yeah,
commercial.
exactly.
Yeah, we can always,
But
we can always go to commercial, bro.
yeah, but obviously Kingdom Hearts 1 story isn't really the best, and I can agree with that because it's really, really, really slow and really filler like. But what makes me go back more than any other Kingdom Hearts game is the mechanics. Every time.
I
I could play the most boring story ever if it had that mechanics. Like all day.
you know what the funny thing is like, and I'm gonna go off topic a tad bit here, but like I'm only gonna just talk about it for like 3 minutes, but like I feel the same way about Final Fantasy 13.
Oh hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Everybody can hate me. I don't give a shit. I freaking love Final Fantasy 13. But
Agreed.
and it's like in like because like the decisions you make in regards to the paradigms and stuff like that, in regards to like
Dude,
different types
yes.
of the
The
different types
paradigms
of,
made you be
yes.
like, oh, this actually matters. Like,
Yeah,
you
dude.
know?
It's like people think like, oh, you just like just a and you just make
Yeah.
these decisions, stuff like that. But no, dude. It's
No.
like you have like a paradigm. Okay, by the way, guys, paradigm means like different types of classes or different types of how do I put this? Like you're like think of like different types of classes. Like for example, like I'm a mage or something like that, and and like my job is to mainly just shoot projectiles and stuff like that. And
Hmm.
then like you have someone
Hmm.
who is also a maid who's also a like a knight type of thing, where it's like when it comes to knights, their main thing is to defend because of their high
Hmm.
defense. That was it.
Hmm.
It's stuff like that, and it's so like when you're versing against a like a particular boss, and it's like, after a while, I noticed as to why they didn't put experience points in there because like they made it so it's like if you pick the wrong paradigms, and you lose, you pick the wrong classes.
Yeah. Yep.
But no, yeah, it's stuff like that that made me feel the same way about how you
Yeah.
feel. I mean, like, yeah, I can't say the story was boring, but like the only thing that was boring is mainly some of the characters. But yeah,
Yeah.
but but the game had good mechanics. I don't give a shit what anybody
Yeah.
says. But
Yeah.
back to
I
but yeah, go
yeah,
ahead.
I agree. I was just saying, I completely agree with you. Like, I will hear the haters all day, and I will say, "Fuck you." I love 13. But anyway,
That could actually, now that I think about it, that could actually be a good topic to talk about.
yes.
But back to what I was saying is that I was like, oh wait a minute, yeah, we didn't go over what your favorite game
Yeah.
is in regards
I
to story,
agree.
and we also didn't go over what you're interested in regards to what you don't like, what's your least favorite before
Yeah.
three.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I went too much about Kingdom Hearts 1. Anyway,
You're fine, dude.
now my favorite Kingdom Hearts game for story is kind of a mix up either between Birth by Sleep or Chain of Memories, but I always seem to lean toward Chain of Memories only because it's such a different story. Like it's just I love Birth by Sleep because like the story is really compelling and it's like you really get to know the trio and you really get to see like before everything.
Yeah.
But Chain of Memories, like the whole time you're like, what the hell is going on? And like you see Sora like really turn on his friends and everyone turn on each other and really get
Mm-hmm.
to a break point and they don't know why and like nobody knows why and like there's this organization 13 who you don't even know that that's what they are yet. Like you're just seeing these people in cloaks, you don't know what's going on and like you're like what the hell, like I feel like there's something going on but I don't know what's going on. And even when you beat the game you don't really know what's going on. And that's what I love. Like, not only was it great the first time you play it because you're like, what's going on? But when you replay it, knowing everything that happened, you're like,
Yes.
that's what they were doing. They were looking for Ventus. You're like, holy shit!
This
Like,
makes
like
sense.
you're like, yeah, and everything falls into place. So that's like, it may be a grindy game, but it was so worth it when you got to a new cutscene. And
Mm-hmm.
plus, it has one of my favorite antagonists in Kingdom Hearts being Marluxia in it, and he really shines in that
Marluxia
game.
being the pink-haired one, right?
Yes, the pink long-haired
Yes.
one. He is one of my favorite antagonists of Kingdom Hearts by far.
I can
So
imagine that. Oh yeah, I never actually explained why I liked Birth by Sleep. I mean, like the reason why I enjoy Birth by Sleep is because even though history was my least favorite class back in high school, my teachers sucked, by the way. That's pretty much why. But I was super intrigued by learning like the history of Kingdom Hearts and like
mhm.
why are these like why do people and why Keyblades exist and
Mhm.
like learn about the Keyblade War and learning about what it takes to be a master
Yes.
and like it's like there's so much immersion and it's like and what makes it all better is like you playing like these getting introduced to these three characters and like not only that but you also get to see how you know Riku, Kairi, and Sora became
Yes.
Keyblade wielders.
Yes. Yep. And it's
It
like it took the story to a next level. Like at first, with Kingdom Hearts 1, Chain of Memories, 358, you're like, okay, you're like, all right, but basically Birth by Sleep puts the entire story on its head. Like, what?
mm-hmm.
There's so much more here than I ever thought. Like,
Yes.
like
It's
even if Tetsuya Nomura didn't plan on that originally, he
mm-hmm.
wrote it very well.
And I feel bad for those people who haven't played who haven't played Birth by Sleep before, playing 3 and stuff like that because
Yes.
that's
Oh
key
yeah.
stuff you need to know.
Hmm.
I mean like especially, you know, Aqua. Jesus Christ,
Oh yeah.
that girl's a beauty. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's like
Poor
no,
girl.
yeah, dude. It's like eventually I'll probably get a statue of her. But it's like I still haven't
Hell
found
yeah.
I haven't found a statue that doesn't cost freaking $300 freaking dollars. I refuse
They
to pay
have a
that.
Figma. They do have a Figma of her. I believe it's like 90 now. It definitely dropped.
That's not bad. I'll definitely
Yeah.
consider that. I just wish
But
that
yeah.
they put that. Why did they make a Figma of her for the collector's edition? I was so pissed off when they
Yeah.
didn't do that.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
But no, but
I
no.
was hoping they would make all three of them in their Keyblade armor. That's what I was hoping.
Yes,
But
but no, yeah. Instead of getting us some that would actually intrigue us, we get the freaking Sora monster looking ass motherfucker.
yeah, like
Why is that part of the edition? Do you know how much? Do you know how much Square Enix would have went up in sales if they actually
oh,
did what you said in regards
dude.
to getting the trio in their freaking armor, dude?
Oh,
Bro,
I would pay any amount for that. Like, holy shit.
I wouldn't even. I wouldn't even care. I wouldn't even care for groceries or rent and fuck that
Yeah,
because like
dude,
shit
for that.
yeah
Oh,
fu- fuck food. I'd probably lose like 30 pounds.
yeah, exactly. So
Like
yeah,
it'll
I
it'll
totally
totally be
agree.
worth it.
Yeah, I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
so
It's yeah,
that's
dude. It's
I
like
that's why I totally see why you love Birth by Sleep for the story, definitely.
no, yeah, dude. It's like even though I hate history and anything to do with it because again, very bad teachers. Um, I will just I could not love the concept of Kingdom Hearts anymore when I played Birth by Sleep. But I'm
Yeah.
s- but I'm s- but I'm but I'm sorry that that turned a bit. So like,
None.
what was your least favorite and
And
why?
my least favorite for mechanics wise is Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key being the phone game. That
I never played that.
game, you're not really missing much. The thing with that game is I love the story for Unchained Key. It's great. It adds a lot of stuff to it and everything, and it's still ongoing. But literally, it's literally just, oh, literally pay us money for these medals, upgrade your medals, and then just tap and you win. Like it's all it is. And it's like just to get to the first story bit, like the actual stuff you care about is like the 400th mission.
What the fuck?
Everything before those missions are literally just, oh, you got to save us because we're in the this world and please help us, blah blah blah, and like, but and it isn't until like hundreds of freaking missions that you finally get to little bits of story, and the little bit you get isn't much, and then you got to do another 100 for the next story thing, another 100, and we're talking these things are just literally, oh, they have higher hit points and you don't hit as hard, like it's artificial difficulty. There's no skill. It's literally how lucky you are or how much money you have. Like it's literally I struggle to call it a Kingdom Hearts game.
That's actually shit.
Yeah, but I love the story. It's great, but I tell everyone I just recommend watching it on this story on YouTube. Like you're not missing anything
So it's just a lot
about
of
the
monotony.
game.
So it's just a lot
Yes,
of monotony. Is that what you're saying?
and it's trying to get your money.
Christ. Well, did you at least get your name on the ending scene?
I wish you had to have the highest like level, or you had to have the highest score. I forget. You had to be within like the first however many people highest score in the game
Wait,
in
what
order
the?
to get your name.
Wait, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I thought it was just required for you just to play the damn game. You have to get a
No.
freaking store.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to get a high score. So like only a certain, I forget how many people. It was like 30 people or something, like maybe more. But yeah, all those names you saw were all the people that got the high score in the game.
That is hilarious as all hell. What the
Which
fuck?
I will say that is a cool way to bring people into the game. I loved that moment, but that just the fact that those people literally have to spend money to get the high scores.
Are
Like
you
there's no
serious?
other way to do it. Yeah,
Oh
there's
my,
no other way to do it.
oh my god. The pay to
So
win. You gotta
yeah,
love it, right? What's
yes, that is exactly what it is. So
what's your least favorite in regards to story?
and my least favorite, and I know it's generic, but that's obviously recoded. Because it has nothing to do with anything, and it's literally just a side mission that nobody wanted, nobody cares about, and nobody references anymore later.
Yeah, sounds about
it,
right.
it's just a film. I don't need to go into it any more than I already have. It's just Kingdom Hearts the film.
Kingdom
But the
Hearts, the
gameplay is
filler.
fine. Gameplay is fine, but the story is, yeah.
Sounds about right. Well, guys, we're gonna go to commercial real quick. Like I said, put down in the comments in regards to like what's your favorite game, Kingdom Hearts game before 3 that that you like mechanically wise and story wise, and same thing for the negative portion. But yeah,
Yeah.
we'll be back in about 5 or 10. All right.
Yeah.